Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So in this video, I'm going to have a quick sort of overview of what's going on when it comes to NFT airdrops. So we've obviously had NFT airdrops for a while, but I think we're just going to see increasing amounts of NFT airdrops, and that's part of as these sort of NFT projects, these PFP NFT projects sort of move from being static images we put in our Twitter feeds or social media to becoming sort of more game-like experiences. In some cases, they will have sort of games attached to them, or they become sort of metaverses or part of metaverses, whatever. But we're definitely seeing airdrops as being part of this, and I kind of thought it'd be interesting to do a video. So, sort of the first, not the first airdrop ever, of course, but the first sort of big impact of a sort of NFT airdrop project was with Bored Apes. So this was last year in I'm trying to think when it was, sort of autumn 2021. We had the Bored Apes that were, even by that stage, sort of fairly popular, fairly expensive by that stage. And this thing happened where they had what they call the Bored Ape Chemistry Club. So they'd already had the Bored Ape dog kennel club, which was the little dogs. I think that was the first airdrop for Bored Apes. And then they did the Chemistry Club one, and that was a bit more interesting in the sense that you got airdropped one of these three NFTs. So you either got a test tube, a sort of flask, or a radioactive barrel, something. Those are NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. So you can see there's a few of these still left, not many. And the test tube now is selling for 15.9 ETH. The flask is selling for 33.3 ETH, or this is the cheapest one, and these barrels are, basically extremely valuable, 4,207 ETH. So there are very few of these. And what you did was you basically took your Bored Ape and you took one of these three, and then you basically combined them by going to sort of a minting contract on the Bored Ape website, and then basically you created a new ape, a new mutant ape. So depending on which one of these you mixed it up with, you got a sort of a more mutant ape. So obviously these ones were the rarest, most kind of funky ones. But that was sort of when we started to get the idea, that Bored Apes was going to be a thing where not only were they airdropping things to people who already had them, the mutant apes also had their own sort of drop or their own sort of minting process, so that could sort of expand the marketplace. Now, more recently, I've been having a look at these ones here. So this is Super Plastic. So Super Plastic's a pretty well-known sort of vinyl character, physical toy kind of company. Pretty funky stuff. I didn't know about them at all until sort of NFT stuff was happening. So these are these two characters they've got, Janky and I can't even pronounce it, Gugimon, whatever, and they have these NFT sort of characters, and they did an airdrop earlier this week. So if you owned one of these characters, you got an airdrop, and it was these pills. So very similar to Bored Ape, you either had a yellow pill, which was the most common, or this purple pill, or this rainbow tab. And you can see these are obviously not at the same level of Bored Apes, but these are already sort of available as NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. And if you want to buy some of these, you can. And later on, if you want to, you can combine your NFT and this pill, and something else will happen. So this is sort of interesting. So we have a look here. It's called the Headtrip drop work. So they did this snapshot. So they basically looked at all the wallets that had these NFTs. They did this pills airdrop. That's what we just seen. These three sorts of pills. Depending on what level NFT you had, you got one of these yellow, purple, or tabs. So today, if you hold one of these NFTs, a Crypto Janky NFT, and you've got pill, you can trip and trade up your pills to get super rare Headtrip NFTs. So basically, there's a mutant ape sort of thing going on here, and then later on this week, there will be a drop party and an NFT sale. So there's some people who have done this sort of combine these two NFTs will get special NFTs as well. And then there's another later on in February. There's this other sort of NFT drop as well. And if you collect complete sets and hold them for a 24-hour period, then you're going to get special special, ultra rare, unique thing. So it's sort of interesting that this is just quite a small little sequence for this one particular NFT project. But you can kind of see it starts to get sort of interesting and complicated, and there's a whole nother sort of roadmap here. So this is the first one. This was sort of last year, and then there's a whole bunch of other sort of stuff going on here. They're going to do some sort of this is a physical sort of mash up between Bored Apes and Superplastic, and clearly we're going to just have more of this sort of stuff going on. And they have actually announced Superplastic have announced they're doing a thing with Animoca Brands, who own Sandbox and the Rev token. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. So if you hold this Superplastic NFT, you will get amazing access to dopeness. So you can just see how this sort of with these sort of ideas of airdrops and things like that. So if you hold an NFT, it becomes not just something you're using for Twitter. It becomes like a ticket for future events. And the reason people do that, obviously, is it increases the value of these NFTs, and it stops people selling them. Because if you're going to get more stuff and more cool experiences, then you don't want to sell your NFT. You want to keep onto it. So that's a very sort of basic thing going on here. And then we could also take it to another level. So this is sort of another project. I've done a video about this before. I think it's sort of interesting. This sort of shows how NFT projects are becoming more sort of gamified. Not a great word really, but this actually Hungry Wolves is actually sort of a NFT game really, a sort of very basic NFT game. We're not. It's still fairly early on, but we can see here. So it's just OpenSea. We can see the Hungry Wolves, 6,000 of them so far. Floor price 0.12 ETH. So obviously none of this investment advice, but I think it's sort of interesting to see. So what we've got here is we've got these wolves, Hungry Wolves that have been minted. So they've did a first mint and then they've done a second mint. Got one more mint to go when you actually create these characters. But one of the things that you have here is it's probably hard to read here, but Hungry Wolves is an NFT collection that allows users to earn status and rewards by eating scrumptious sheep. So the interesting thing now, because I own one of these or a few of these, if I go to my account on OpenSea, we can see here I own a Hungry Wolf from the original drop, and then if we go here to hidden, we can see here that I've got these. I don't know why it's come under as hidden, but these have been airdropped to me. So these are the scrumptious sheep. So because I held one of these before Christmas, I've got one of these holiday scrumptious sheep, and I've got a New Year Christmas sheep, and I've got a mint sold out sheep, and I've also got this scrumptious sheep uncommon one. So basically I got this one because I was holding one of those entities at Christmas. I got this one because I was holding it over New Year. I got this one because they sold out their second mint, and I got this one which is the actual sort of airdrop. And then the point is that I will be able to let my Hungry Wolf, if I want to, will eat these sheep, and then it will sort of power up and become more powerful. And then that again will have sort of more benefits over time. But it's a very sort of simple mechanic. Probably a bit hard to see here, but with these, you can see they're all sort of different prices. So these are all NFTs. These are actually running on the Polygon blockchain. So the main Hungry Wolves are on the Ethereum blockchain, which is obviously more expensive in terms of gas fees. But we have these. This is because these are smaller items. So you can see here. I mean, this one's 0.04 wrapped ETH, so $125 if I want to. Is that the bid at the moment? Yeah. So if I wanted to, oh, that's listings. That's someone trying to sell that. So one of the other points here is you're being given away these airdrops, but if you're someone who wants to really level up your wolf, you'll be on the marketplace buying up these so you can consume more than the ones you've just been given. So you start to see, it's very basic at the moment, but you start to see these sort of interesting sort of incentive models where do you keep your sheep? Do you eat your sheep? Do you sell it to someone else? Do you keep it in the hope it sort of goes up more in value? All these sort of things are decisions people make, and games to a degree are interesting decision making processes. So I definitely think we're going to see more of this airdrop stuff. We've got a different sort of thing going on with doodles, and doodles you'll be able to sort of wrap your doodle and get a different sort of doodle flying to the moon, and that's not an airdrop, so to speak, but it's definitely bringing utility to these NFT projects. And I'm definitely going to think we are going to see more of this in 2022. We have whatever is going on with Bored Apes and the game that they're going to be doing with Animoca Brands, and all this sort of stuff is going to get really interesting. So there we go. That was my quick overview of what's going on with some NFT and airdrops stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we spend our time looking at what's going on in blockchain games, and while blockchain games are becoming more sort of traditional in some respects in their gameplay, also I think it's also interesting to see these sort of blockchain projects that are doing things that you couldn't really do without blockchain. So this is not anything like a traditional game, because you couldn't do this game on if you didn't have a blockchain. So I think that makes it sort of really interesting for me, at least. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, and see you again soon.